Hello gainers, Ralphie here with some fitter philosophy, because that is the name of this channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so, because I'm providing practical, real life, personal experience information about my life to inform and help you with your life. And recently I've been thinking a lot more about food, and one of the reasons for this is that I'm at that time in my life where my natural resilience of youthfulness, I know, struggling to believe that I'm just getting a little bit older, but we all get a little bit older faster than we realise, and we have to adapt. And one reason to adapt is to help with the quality of our survival and our life. And food plays a critical role in this, and it's something that as you get older you start to question more and more of the decisions that we take in the past and the assumptions we've made in the past. And I realise now, with the benefit of experience, of just how the food we eat is an opportunity, self-imposed, for us to slowly poison ourselves. And it may sound a little bit dramatic and far-fetched, but think about it. We already know that what doctors and medical orthodoxy have recommended that we have in the form of a diet: low fat, eat margarine, use vegetable oils, don't eat butter, don't eat a lot of red meat. All these are actually not completely factually accurate. And in fact, take cholesterol for example. We are so busy being encouraged to cut our cholesterol that we fail to acknowledge that in fact the body regards cholesterol as so vital for our survival that it manufactures it itself. And therefore to supplement with cholesterol rich foods in moderation, not in excess but in moderation, is going to definitely impact the quality of our survival in the future. And I think one reason that many old people tend to go downhill rapidly is the poor food choices. In other words, eating for entertainment rather than for nutrition, eating lots of white bread and biscuits and confectionery and processed foods in the form of ready meals, frozen foods. And I certainly know, I've noticed over the years that older folk that have more vitality about them tend to be those who actually spend more time cooking and being self-reliant rather than trying to be dependent on others and actually forgo self-responsibility. And when you're young, you see, this kind of looks very much in the distance, so you don't really notice it. It's not really much something on your radar. But as a middle-aged man, it's very much in my radar now, because I'm looking more closely at the older people around me, and particularly in the supermarket, what they've actually put in their shopping bags. And the amount of sugar-loaded foodstuffs they put into their shopping bags and baskets and trolleys is quite remarkable. And also the lack of fresh fruit. And I'll look at the food that's in the trolley and then I'll look at the person, and it will give me actually 9 times out of 10 a very, very accurate reading as to how healthy they are. So I'm going to conclude now with how I work it for me. So you've got an idea and a model that you can adapt for yourself. I concentrate on eating what I need rather than what I want. My eating frequency is regulated by hunger pangs, not just little pangs but proper hunger, because that's a body regulatory mechanism, hunger. And if we're never hungry, it's probably a good sign that we're overeating, particularly when we're older. Another thing I'm doing is I'm focusing on the macros, the nutritional macros: protein, vitamins and carbohydrate. Protein, eggs, cheese, meat, lentils, I cook it myself. Sure, I have a few tins. Sure, I use frozen vegetables because generally they're very good at sealing in the nutritional value, and so I get enough protein in my diet, and it works out about 1 gram per pound in body weight. So I'll be about between 150 to 200 grams of protein a day. Usually less, because I just eat what the body needs, and the body lets me know when it's had enough, and it's when it's got what it needs. Vitamins are automatic, because if you're eating fresh, unprocessed food, you'll generally get all the vitamins you need from vegetables, from fruit, from pulses, from nuts, from lentils. The water-soluble vitamins, the fat-soluble vitamins, it's good to know about them. It's good to do your research. It's not rocket science, and it doesn't take long. Then finally, carbohydrates. So I've got food, protein, vitamins in the form of fats and water vitamins. So I do eat fats, natural fats, coconut, olive oil, butter, lots of butter. I love butter. Butter is far more healthy than margarine. I never eat margarine unless it's in a processed food, which is few and far between. And then there's the proteins, fats and carbohydrates, Then there's the carbohydrates. One reason why we tend to suffer from obesity and the health problems that go with obesity is not simply obesity in isolation. It's about, and I'll come on to this in a video shortly, it's about the fact that obesity, that's the word. I knew I'd get there. It's just a matter of giving it a few more seconds, gainers. Obesity tends to be a symptom amongst other symptoms and has a number of causes. Some people are naturally obese. It's just the way they are, their anatomy. However, morbid obesity is where the real health problems kick in. And a little bit of body fat during the winter, there's no harm in that at all. But it's the processed carbohydrates, the concentrated energy carbohydrates in confectionery and biscuits, processed food, breakfast cereals and bread. It's not about cutting them out, it's about cutting them right down. Anyway, that's enough for me in this particular subject. What I'm really doing here is a sort of informal series on how to re-examine our lives to improve our chances of survival. And this is a component of it. What we eat, when we eat, how we eat, giving ourselves time to eat and eating for nutrition rather than for entertainment, and discovering when we do eat for nutrition, when we do eat fresh food, we get the flavour of these fresh foods in salads, in stews, in pies, and so many permutations. And then you find the flavour that already exists there rather than has been imposed on a product. And so many high calorific processed confectionery dessert products, when you taste them, you're tasting more sweet than flavour. I'm just going to use that as a finisher. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to leave you with a view now of the local pier, which is being restored at the moment, which is a good and worthy project. Thanks for watching, gainers. Bye.